right, our next guest has redefined what it means to travel, and he's doing it with strong ties to San Diego. Gareth Leonard is the award-winning YouTuber with more than 750,000 subscribers. From his wildly popular food channel, Gareth Eats, that spotlights San Diego, to his viral Day in the Life series that drops viewers inside real communities around the world. Gareth joins us today in studio. Thank you so much for coming in.
You said it better than I could have ever done, so thank you.
This is a lot different than what you do day to day, yeah?
Yeah, I don't have a teleprompter with me.
You're just winging it.
Yeah, we just gotta let it fly and see what happens.
That's fun, that's fun. What inspired you to even get started doing this?
It's about, and especially the way the world is now, it's about diving into other people's perspectives. And you know, the old adage of, you know, walking a mile in someone else's shoes, and that's exactly what we're trying to do with the Travel Deeper brand and also this Day in the Life series. It's jumping into someone else's life to gain a perspective on what it really means to do what they do for a living, the culture, the people themselves, and it's become this larger than life message that I want to share with the world, and that is, you know, you understand, take a second to understand what other people are going through.
See other perspectives.
Exactly.
So important. So this week you posted a day in the life with an NFL chef. You posted it, I mean, the Super Bowl is Sunday. You posted it 5 days ago. It has 81,000 views already. What was something that struck out to you when you met with this chef? The chef,
the discipline that it takes to be a chef for these guys, because there was a whole whiteboard list of every single player on the roster that's there. So it's 25 of the top NFL prospects under one agency. And they go and live at this apartment complex in Orange County for 90 days. And they have to get to the best possible shape they possibly can, all through their own dietary constraints. And this chef, Chef Vida, makes it all happen for them. It's incredible.
It's not just food, there's a science to it, right?
Absolutely. They work with a nutritionist every week, and they're either in one of 3 categories where they gain weight, lose weight, or try to maintain, all to build up to the biggest job interview of their lives.
And biggest, large, they need to be large to do that, I guess. Right?
Some of them larger, some of them faster. They all have a plan.
So what time does she start her day?
She starts at 6 a.m. We were there as she's prepping breakfast for these guys.
And then what time do they finish eating? I feel like they're bears. They just eat.
They just keep
constantly.
eating. Some of them have to stop, right? Some of them are expected to lose weight and lose body fat. So not all of them are gaining weight.
Okay.
They're all on their own unique plan.
Yeah. I ask you, do they eat chicken and biscuits, fried chicken and biscuits and gravy all day? I'm from the South, so I think that's what our football players eat, but these guys...
Off the record, they probably do. And they do have off days.
Yes.
I think Sundays they get the chicken and biscuits in.
That's funny. But no, they're trying to, that's funny that some of them are trying to be svelte.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a day in the life of an Amazon jungle tribe. That has nearly 5 million views. People really seem to gravitate toward that one.
It does, and because it's so unique to anything that we know and such a different lifestyle. They're living off the land, they're eating worms and unique things. They're climbing trees to get their fruit. It's a beautiful, very simple life, and it's a story that I hold near and dear to my heart because it shows how much we really need in this world, and it's a beautiful, beautiful place. Yeah.
What we really need is not much. What has been the reaction from people with all the comments that you've gotten?
The pros are the fact that it's just such a beautiful world that we live in, and to protect nature and the forest because, you know, it gives so much life. And the cons is sometimes people are just like, just leave them alone, let them be, and don't go in there, don't bother them. But if you don't give these people a voice, they can just disappear.
That's right.
And so that's a huge part of it. And I guess the criticism always comes is like, just leave them alone. Unfortunately, if you leave them alone, you know, the oil companies come in, the lumber companies come in, and
we don't know
no one has a voice. Exactly.
That's right. So let's go to the day in the life of a Filipina master chef in San Diego. We love this executive chef from anime.
Chef Tara.
She's amazing.
The best. And she is now the executive chef of 2 different restaurants here in the city, and she is killing it.
Yeah.
She's got a big team. She brought me down to the harbor market. We got to eat fresh lobsters because it's spiny lobster season.
Amazing.
And I got to go through her entire day, try some dishes, and just have the best time and see what it takes to be a true top chef here in the city.
Did anything surprise, I mean, because you've done a million of these eating videos, met a million chefs, did anything surprise you about the way she operates?
Every top chef that I get the opportunity to interact with, it always amazes me of how much they work.
Yeah.
And just they do it all till 10 p.m., 11 p.m., and then they're like, all right, see you guys at 6 in the morning.
At the market.
And that's just their life over and over again. It blows me away.
How are the fresh spiny lobsters?
Incredible.
Incredible. Because anybody can go down and do that, but people don't realize they can.
Have you been down there?
No, but we've done news stories about it.
You got to go check it out because
Yes.
it's a great spot. The tuna season is in the summertime, and I haven't been down there for that. I've only been down for the lobster season, so it's a great spot.
So a day in the life of San Diego Comic-Con, a cosplayer. I thought this was so funny.
Yeah, this one was a wild one.
What did you dress up?
I didn't because it was last minute, but
Yeah.
I regret not getting into costumes as well. So we followed two different people. One was a mother who actually dressed up as an Avatar character, and she was full body painted, which YouTube didn't like at first. I had to re-upload it because they blocked me because there was body
Really?
painting. I filmed the whole thing.
Okay.
But no,
Okay, got
it's
it.
just such a different world than I know. Comic book characters and things like that. So it was amazing to see the passion that people have.
Look at that Maui. He's a little bit more of a beer-tugging Maui than I'm used to, but that is
It's real life
hysterical.
Maui.
What did you find? What did you learn about this subculture? I mean, it really is a big subculture of society.
Oh my gosh, the dedication these people have to the characters that they love is wild, and the
Yes.
world around it. I mean, this guy was Wolverine, and he literally looked exactly like
Like
Wolverine. He had all the Wolverine cards, so the dedication is amazing. And then also just the joy it brings, because this is a
True.
mother that would go and do it and to give her daughter confidence. And so she said, you can dress up and be this anybody you want to
I
be.
love that.
So the message behind it is beautiful too.
The Day in the Life at the San Diego Zoo, this one also has millions of views.
Yes.
I mean, because San Diego Zoo is world renowned.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of behind the scenes with the zoo. So what did you learn? What was different for you?
We got to go to a few different locations. So we got to go see the elephants in the morning. We got to go into the hummingbird sanctuary, also the polar bears and the giant tortoises. And I think the truth is that a lot of general public people think such negative thoughts about zoos.
No.
And traditionally speaking,
Yes.
they were done all wrong.
Right.
You know, they would be a
Behind
guy,
bars.
guy in a boat would go and just wrangle up as
Yeah.
much stuff as he can. But now it's like the people on ground level, especially at the San Diego Zoo, love animals. And it's a lot of people that wanted to go to vet school that maybe couldn't for whatever reason. And now they're, taking care of these animals, and the dedication they have is beautiful.
It's a real conservation effort now, zoos today.
Yeah, they're trying to clean up the mess of their own
Yeah.
path.
Yeah, it's a good point. Okay, before we go, we have to hear about a day in the life as a mortician. That so freaks me out. Can you imagine being around all these bodies?
So it's a lot of this, and what Travel Deeper was originally about was about being comfortable in the uncomfortable. And this was the most uncomfortable day I've ever had in my life.
Really?
Oh yeah, I'm not good with, I don't watch horror movies,
No.
I'm not good with death. I mean, nobody is, but the diving into a real world, and this is up in Washington State where they do, basically human composting is this style. So the idea was to show the difference between the traditional and this. Basically, they turn everybody back into a very
Dust to dust.
fertile soil. And it's a beautiful, if you
Yeah.
could say that, way
Yeah.
to go and way to
see
kind
that.
of go back to, it's called Return Home. And nonetheless, it still freaked me out. And it was interesting to see, again, a day in the life in somebody else's shoes is what this is all about.
And what was something that you didn't know about a mortician? What are their tricks and tips to survive this every day?
One of the first things they told me is that ghosts can't hurt you.
Okay.
So that was what we took throughout the entire day. Is, all right, ghosts, because they all have stories.
Yes.
They all have crazy stories
I
about
bet.
how someone was
heard,
knocking
yes.
on the coffin or inside. It's crazy, but they said they live with that, I guess, that they can't hurt you. They're just
Can't
there to
hurt
visit.
you. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have to watch more. You can always see Gareth on his YouTube channel. We'll put a link to this with the story on CBS8.com. Thanks so much for coming. Come back.
I will. I'm here whenever you
I'm
want.
here
Day
for
in the
you.
life of a CBS anchor.
It's not nearly
do
as,
it?
It's not nearly as exciting as that Mortician.
There's so many more ideas that we have, especially here in San
Yeah, it's
Diego.
true.
So if you guys have other ideas,
Let's do it.
get in touch.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Thanks, Gareth.